really, really has. It really has, and that's the thing, you know, both of these players were sort of in the talks of UKPR. Certainly, I think of the one that is yet to be released, there was a lot of talks of these two being on there, and it's been, you know, Prinplup has been going from strength to strength, and it feels like Zenatti has, you know, had maybe a little bit of a lull, but then managed to really find his feet in the past sort of 3 or 4 months and has been doing extremely well. But of course, you know, both of these players, there aren't too many Incineroars, there aren't too many Greninjas, so it's going to be interesting to see how these players fare against each other, starting off on Hollow Bastion.
Yeah, and Prinplup, I'm so used to saying Prinplup now.
It's the fact he's got the Prinplup tag as well.
Yeah, exactly. Prinplup with a nice start. However, it doesn't matter how much percent you rack up on the cat, you have one opportunity to get something like a Lariat, and he'll fire right back and just completely destroy your stock.
I mean, that's just the scary part, right, is that, you know, Prinplup has been doing a real good job all the way through of, you know, just getting this damage and making sure that it works. And Greninja, a very, very slippery character, is going to be winning neutral most of the time, but that doesn't matter when you only need 2 neutral wins to be able to take the stock. But finally getting that Nair into the forward as Zenatti losing his first stock at 160%, living for an incredibly long time against a character with a real, real deep well of kill potential.
Yeah, exactly. However, holding on strong, despite losing the stock first against Zenatti, is holding on, racking up percent. You know, Incin, a big character, Greninja loves those combos. Despite lagging behind a little bit of percent, falling behind that the jab.
I was going to say, that was
very strangely.
Yeah, I was going to say, she sort of fell out the jab. And this is going to be a real thing that I've just noticed in this set, is that obviously the revenge is a big factor in Zenatti's game plan, being able to get, you know, those earlier kills. However, a lot of Greninja's moves are going to be those multi-hits. And when it comes to revenge, it only counts 1 hit when it comes to it. So things like the up air and the back air, even if you revenge it, you're not actually getting that much of a boost compared to something like forward air, where all the power is in that singular hit.
Oh, for sure. It's like the good thing about Prinplup having a lot of like multi-hits, where like the first hit is very, very weak, you know, maybe there's like a couple of percent, is if that gets revenged, then you're not really suffering for it that much. What Zenatti is going to get off that boost is going to be very, very minimal.
We can just see already here, just both these players very much back and forth, you know, Prinplup getting these bread and butter combos. Meanwhile, Zenatti getting these 2 or 3 straight hits, trying to go for the side beat in the corner, the tried and true for Incineroar, trying to get the 2-frame down tilt and the up air as well. I'm not sure if Prinplup has got a jump, but a really excellent, aggressive back air on the way down just to deal with Zenatti's pressure. And again, these jumping side Bs, Greninja stays so low to the ground, that is going to be really tricky, but the up B doesn't connect. And now we've got yet another edge guard situation, and this is so tense between both of them. Any trade is going to just bring them closer and closer to the apex of this set. And at 140%, are we going to get the 2-frame? No, we're not, Yabuki.
Here we go. Are we going to see, I'm wondering, are we going to see maybe something like a grab from Zenatti coming out? Because I know that up throw, especially if it lands on that platform, can be very dangerous to hit. However, both 112% to 113%, anything connecting can kill right now. Maybe Greninja gets the dash attack, but doesn't need to connect anything at all. Zenatti going to throw out there a little bit of a hasty neutral B, and it's going to be met with a nice charge F smash, just handed on a silver platter to Prinplup.
Yeah, it's so difficult in that situation because obviously Zenatti's going to be anticipating any kind of aggressive option from Prinplup. And Prinplup was, you know, throwing out a lot of these, you know, retreating fares, trying to catch Zenatti dropping shield. And then the moment where Zenatti's like, okay, I'm going to swing now, Prinplup was just there waiting for the perfect moment, perfect spacing, perfect, yeah, first game. Honestly, it's so back and forth between these two, but it does feel like Prinplup is already beginning to get wise to a couple of the tricks that Zenatti's going to be going for. Yeah,
and that's the big weakness of characters like Incineroar, you know? It's like, you start out your strongest in that game 1. Maybe some things that Prinplup doesn't know, Prinplup's forgotten, but when you show those cards, you don't really have the potential of kind of like saving cards for later when you play someone like Incineroar. You have to throw it all out in these bad matchups. And as the set goes on, Prinplup will be wiser and wiser to all of these little tricks, and it'll become increasingly difficult for Zenatti.
And it's going to be even more exacerbated by the mobility that Greninja has got, where, you know, we were talking about the grabs earlier on but even then, just having that ability to just weave in and out of Incineroar's range, and again, just trying to go for a little something, and the spike hitbox doesn't quite manage, the strong hit of that kills literally at 0%, but that is a disgusting angle, and the shuriken just to make sure. That was so damn good.
Yikes, unfortunate for Zenatti. Almost getting that down air kill off of the revenge up B. But this is what we were saying, Joycey. Just Prinplup becoming wiser to these tricks, becoming more comfortable fighting around this character. And now it's becoming increasingly difficult for Zenatti to really get anything going so far.
Yeah, we can see the drag down into the forward smash. Yep, tried and true bread and butter. It looks so good when you do it as well, but that is just an awful lot of percent. And even though Zenatti is getting back, he's still got an entire stock lead. And again, just Prinplup being ready for the Alolan Whip, just going for the Nair into the forward air. Not quite going to kill, but again, it just feels like Zenatti has just got to find these stray hits against this character that is so slippery to get a hold of. It's so difficult. And Prinplup is just taking advantage each and every time, and the down tilt into the up smash. 3 stocks to 1 at the moment, Higibuki.
Yeah, the struggles in the matchup are really becoming ever more apparent, Joycey. It's just, like you were saying, Prinplup just so slippery, able to just run circles around to Zenatti while he just tries his best to catch him. And when revenges like that are thrown out in desperation, it becomes just so easy, especially with Greninja's speed, just weave in and out and punish him accordingly. The up throw not going to kill it in that situation. Zenatti just has this mountain to climb right now. Despite instant kill power, Prinplup is just so equipped to take advantage of all of his weaknesses. Finally giving away that first stock to Zenatti, but with 1 stock gone, there's still 2 more, Joycey, and I'm not sure if Zenatti has any.
I think it's so hard because it feels like Prinplup has just not been giving him these opportunities to get these really early stocks. It feels like, in terms of like that really early kill percentage, that almost cheese that Incineroar has, Prinplup has just said, I'm not letting you have this. You've got to play honest against me. You've got to get these kills by winning neutral. And honestly, with a character like Greninja, neutral is just a foregone conclusion in the favor of the Frog. And that's a 2-0 lead at the moment for Prinplup. And I wonder whether we're going to stick it out with the Incineroar. It is the final game, potentially, of Zenatti's tournament, potentially bowing out at 9th place. Again, this is the final top 8 qualifier that we have got before top 8 itself.
Yep, an incredibly strong showing to get 9th place, but this is where things get difficult. Like you were saying, with Prinplup just not giving Zenatti these opportunities. And that's how you fight a character like Incineroar. If you just don't give them the opportunities, they start to fall apart and they have to make these risky plays and they have to get desperate. Because you're not giving them what they want, so they have to try and force it, and a character like Incineroar just isn't equipped to force those situations.
For sure, we can see a little bit of a nicer start here in the favor of Zenatti. However, of course, Prinplup just more than happy to take a bit of a slower pace, get that guaranteed damage, and then just try and go for these edge guards. Great awareness from Zenatti to jump after that down tilt, knowing that the forward smash would not be true in that situation, electing to throw upwards instead of going for the strong hit, again trying to take advantage of, well, the disadvantage really, but certainly it's going to be difficult managing to get a revenge neutral air, and it is 90 to 90% here at the moment, just about managing to live. Zenatti lives another day.
Yeah, like you were saying, a more favourable start for Zenatti right now. You know, keeping it even. Last time we were in Hollow Bastion, it was just as close as we were seeing right now. But Zenatti's needs a little bit more if he wants to take this stock. The advantage is still always in Prinplup's favour, just to match up the character difference. And Zenatti's always the one on the back foot, and that deficit is starting to slowly grow and creep up on Zenatti as he loses that first stock. Prinplup now sitting with 140%, some rage tacked on, combos getting let fly. That rage isn't going to mess with any sort of combos. And what an incredible 0 to death from Prinplup, just taking Zenatti all around the court right now, from the left to the right, up into the air, again over to the left, hit with a shadow sneak, and just robbing that percent off of such a heavy, powerful character.
Do it again.
And once again, we'll just do it all over again. Another 0 to death, taking it from the left to the right, back to the left, off stage, a shadow sneak. It's like it was deja vu.
It was like, oh, that was a good trick. Do you want to see it again? Like, just truly incredible stuff there from Prinplup. Just very much holding and just controlling the pace, whether it be that slower, more methodical, reactive gameplay to the way that Zenatti was trying to get anything started. And then right when it felt like the pace was getting used to, it was like, right, let's turn up the jets, and I am running faster, and I'm running faster than